Hello there, my name is Ismail. Welcome to another Blender tutorial. Today I'm going to do something unique. I'm going to go back and explain some of the videos I did. I think this and this and this and this is the same thing here. Yeah, and explain what I did in those videos because there was no commentary or it was just music on those videos. The reason I do that is because most of the things I do here are kind of repetitive, and I don't want to be saying the same thing over and over. And when I'm making these models, I'm making them for my CG Trader library, asset library, and I'm making models while you are explaining what you do. It's not as easy as it seems, and sometimes I just want to concentrate on the modeling part. Now, if I want to make a tutorial, I can make that separate from what I'm doing, but I also want to show you how I make these models, because the models I make while not explaining are the most detailed models. And yes, so let's go back and explain some of the concepts that you see that I did here. I will start by making this flip book, how I did that. So where is that project? Recent books. Yeah, so this is what we have here. I guess I should start by making this simple one here. I'll go to layout, and I just make it on the side here. So what I did is I started with a cube, made it the shape of the book I want. Then to add this kind of rounded thing, that should be easy. I don't think I've done a tutorial explaining how the spin tool works in Blender 2.8, but it's a much cooler version of the spin tool from 2.79. I'll show you here. So how you use it, trying to make this curve here. Of course, you can add loops here and then push them outside. Like you can add a loop, then this. Why is this on a 3D cursor? It's supposed to be on individual points. And then push them like that. Add another loop. To add a loop, you just use Ctrl R, push that, add a loop, select that, and push that, so that you basically achieve the same thing. But I wanted this to be a bit more rounded and more accurate. So what I did, I used the spin tool, and the way that works. Let me first remove this loop. Is that you select a vertex or a face or anything. Let me, to demonstrate this, let me use a face like that, and then depending on your view angle, the spin tool will rotate that from the center point, from the 3D cursor. Let me just show you how. This is the spin tool here, and when you grab it, see, it makes duplicates of it, extrudes what you have selected around the 3D cursor, and in orienting that spin to the view angle, you can see this is the view angle we have, and so it spins that in that orientation. So if you want to spin that in the x-axis, maybe you can put the 3D cursor around there. So we have that selected. We can just drag this, and you can see it will be spinned around that. And now you have these options here. You can increase the steps, which is just the resolution of the spin, the angle, which you can just come back and drag here. So this interface was not there. You couldn't just interact with this, and I think you can plus now. Yeah. Okay, this is a new one. Look at that. I didn't even know that was possible. So you can do that now as well. So you can do multiple spins, I guess, now. Just move the 3D cursor. Then, yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, that's how the spin tool works, and it works on faces, edges, and vertices. So anything you want to use it on. So what I did here is I wanted this pin to be around here. So what I did, I added a loop around here, and then hold this, and then set the 3D cursor to this point. So to make sure that it's exactly at this point, I just did Shift S and then cursor to selected, and now I selected the top vertices. Go to Z, and now use the spin tool with my 3D cursor at this point to get that curve. Just make sure it is aligned with that vertex at the bottom. If you want this to be a bit wider, you just make sure that your 3D cursor is moved somewhere like that. Cursor to selected. Select this vertex, then use the spin tool. Something like that. Yes, you can change this. Okay, I think this setting here is supposed to change the center. I haven't used that, but yeah, you can change the center. Then yeah, make the shape you want. So what I did, I wanted this to have symmetry, so I made sure that I had a middle vertex there, but I think that's a lot of vertices, so I reduced it to around 6, maintaining a middle vertex that would go through this, so that I have a symmetry on this. This will ease up your work in the future. So every time you can maintain symmetry on your model, make sure you add that, because it can help you when you want to use the mirror modifier. So yeah, that's it. Just make sure that these vertices, bottom vertices, touch like that, and so this is what we have. Select everything, Shift N to flip the normals, and we can delete this vertex here, this face here. We also don't need this edge loop, so I'll also select that, delete that, and this edge is still separate from this other part, so we can select everything. Make sure you are in vertex mode, and then hit W, remove double vertices. And see down here, it shows you how many vertices have been removed. Currently it's 0, so we just need to go to the remove doubles options and increase the merge distance, so that we have those merged. So you can see now we have removed 2 vertices. Now what we can do is select this face, fill it in, and select this and fill it in. If you want, you can add 2 loops here, maybe and a third one here as well. Then connect them using J, and J. So you can see now that these are not aligning correctly, so we can move those, or make sure that you can add a loop here and then maybe use a mirror modifier, but this is very simple, so I'll just do it manually. And so yeah, everything else is you just select the faces. Where are the faces? Where are the faces? Okay, right. Just select these faces, these here, and use the insert tool. Okay, if you see that are the how is it called, the thickness you're seeing here is not even, that means that your object it doesn't have, the scale of your object is not applied. It's different for the X and Y and Z, so you need to apply that. So Ctrl A, apply scale, so that you have only 1, 1, 1 for these scale values in the X and Y and Z. So now if we insert again, no, that's not insert. You can see now we have those even thickness. And now we can use the extrude modifier here to extrude. If you use this one, it will just give you a basic extrude like that, which is not what we want. Under that, there is a few options. You just drag on that icon to get these extra options. And then when you click on that, you can use the extrude along normals so that we can extrude along the normals of the selection. Now, if we extrude now, why is this not working? Extrude along normals. It's not supposed to work like that, so let me close and open this again. Sometimes it's a bug, so let's see if it's a bug. If it's not, we can investigate what it is. So make sure we have that. Okay, it's not supposed to extrude like that. Let's see, how are these extruding? Yeah, it's supposed to do it like this, but not just in video faces. Let me recalculate normals and see. Let's add a cube here and maybe add a loop. Select these. For some reason it's only doing it on one axis, but it can do it on different axes. Let's see, because I remember last time I did it with a mirror modifier turned on, I didn't have this other side. Maybe that is what is causing the problem. Let's remove that and see. Now let's select these faces here. And extrude. Yeah, I guess that's how it works. If you have opposite faces this side, it doesn't work really well. Yes, so that's what I did, and I had a mirror modifier this side, so I didn't have to worry about these vertices. And if you're getting those, you just delete them. So go top mode, vertices, and now you can just scale them in the x-axis, so that, and delete these extra vertices here. So you can add a mirror modifier like that. Maybe scale this in the x, then apply the scale and rotation like that. So for the shading, what I did, I went in the shading tab. Which one is this? So this. And what I did, I added two materials. One was the cover, for the cover, and one for the pages. And I signed this to the cover, and the other one automatically will have the pages. So you can see if we change the color here, see what the page is, and what. And now you can add the textures. You can UV unwrap this. I will just use a smart UV unwrap to make a quick UV unwrap. And basically, that's I've been doing the texturing in a lot of videos, so I won't explain how to add an image texture. You just add an image texture, and then if you're using PBR textures, you can connect the textures to different nodes, the metallic base color and everything. So what I want to do, show you, maybe what I could show you here is how I made these so that every time you duplicate or any of these books, it gives you a random color. random book. Why is my lighting? So you can see every time I duplicate this, the book cover is different. So this makes it easy to make duplicates. So that's what I will explain. So I guess let me import an image here. Make sure I'm on the cover page. Texture, image texture. I will use we will use what? Where are my textures? Textures. Let's use this here, leather, whatever. Add it there, and let's change the color of the pages to white, so that we can easily see what is going on. I guess we can also use this in the roughness. Add a color ramp here. Convert color ramp. Bring this. Let's preview this texture here. I remember black pixels are reflective, white pixels are non-reflective. So right now there's a lot of contrast, and we want to reduce that, so the black areas should not be that reflective. Maybe something like that. I guess I should have used a better texture, but yeah, for the case of the tutorial, this is a quick tutorial. I'll just explain how I did the random thing. So the way you achieve randomness, you just add input object info, and you can see it has a random node. And what it does, if you add a color ramp, convert color ramp, and just disable this. You can connect this to the random color like that, to the random node, and you can add the different colors you want, the different random colors you want, the range of random colors you want. Because of this gradient, it won't give you really good differences. You can see it's now just a difference between purple and white. So you can see, and the range between that. So if you add multiple colors here, a different color, maybe you can see how that is affecting that. And if you want this to be sharp, you can just change this to constant, and you can see the colors that are duplicated are just the colors you have here. But if you have this to be spline or other setting, it will be the range between those. Meaning you can have a purplish green, purplish pink, and then a purplish yellow. But if you just want that blue, whatever this color is, pink I think, and the yellow, that's what you have to use. You just change this to constant. And if you still want to have that texture in there, because right now it is there, but it's only affecting the the roughness, you can just use the color node here, the color thing here, and mix it with the color ramp. That gives us the random colors. See, we're having that. Let's first remove the roughness so that you can see it's already there. The texture is there, but it is being overpowered by this color ramp. So we can change the blending mode and see. Let's try add. Okay, we don't see that overlay. So the texture is definitely there. Maybe let me just use a different image that would stand out much more. Let me use this here. You can see that it's there. So you can change between different blending modes to see what comes up. Yeah, so that's how I made that single book. In the next tutorial, I guess I will just explain how I made this flipping book.